I think I was instilled in giving back to the community as a child. And that has taken me all throughout my career. And also I see our employees, I see how they excel in the work they do. And tax department is not one of the best departments in terms of taxpayers. It's a department people love to hate. And so I see when angry taxpayers call or irate taxpayers call, I see our employees helping them out and giving them a great filing experience. So when I see that walking up and down the hallway, I see how much they do to help California and help this community. So it really instills and I think inspires me to be a better public servant. So most people hopefully pay taxes to the IRS. So what Franchise Tax Board is like the IRS of California. We are the second largest tax department in the nation, if not in the world. We are 6,000 people strong, 6,000 employees, and we have 11 field officers all over California, and 3 of them are in Chicago, in Manhattan, and in Houston. We also are known as a very robust collection agency. I don't know whether that's good or whether that's bad, but we are known as a very robust collection agency. So we collect, of course, back taxes, but apart from that, we collect for our sister departments such as DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles, and also for the court system. So I was born and raised in Sri Lanka, and I remember when I was very young, my father, who is a tax accountant, would compile and help indigent taxpayers with their tax returns. And I even remember sitting on his lap and compiling and completing tax returns when I was just 5 years old. And one of his key phrases he would minister to us and also to other taxpayers is, without a vision, the people perish. And so many years later, when I was mapping out my career, his words resonated in my ears about the vision and the people perishing. And so that drew me to public service. And I'm very, very grateful that I've had a great career in public service. It's not over yet. I have many more years to go, but I've enjoyed every bit of it. So public service is universal back in Sri Lanka or here. The difference between, of course, is the language. In Sri Lanka, we speak. English is not our primary language, and that's the only difference between public service in Sri Lanka and public service here. So my father, when he was completing tax returns for the indigent taxpayers pro bono, and he would do this at our house, and we would see these lines of people standing outside our garden trying to get into our house to complete tax returns. And so I took that public service to a large extent and joined first the Board of Equalization, another tax department, and then later on Franchise Tax Board in completing, or compiling his vision for helping taxpayers. I would say education is key to success. And what I mean by education is not amassing degrees after degrees, but what I mean by education is learning as much as you can wherever you are. So for example, I tell my younger employees that find a mentor at your workplace and learn from them. It will make you a better employee. Attend all the training sessions we offer you, webinars, read books on leadership, read books on whatever that interests you, so that will edify you and that will make you a better person. That is something I would always encourage people to do, is just education and learn wherever you are, in whatever station of life you are, you need to be a student. I would also say that the importance of also giving back I think it's very critical in your personal growth. So for example, at FTB, we have all these great things we do. We do what's called a schools partnership, where we go to schools and help them judge debating teams and help encourage young students, in their roles as students. We do things like VITA program, that's a volunteer income tax assistance program where our employees do help other indigent taxpayers file free. And we do that up and down the state. So we do a lot of things like United Way is one of the great things we do at FTB. We give a lot of our time, our money, our resources to help poorer taxpayers or poorer people who need those resources. We have a very robust food closet program where people bring in food and we donate to different charities. So I think it's important that as much as we get and as much as we are blessed, that we are able to give back to the community too.